We had one of the biggest weeks in crypto as XRP's pure true spot ETF launch beat all expectations, but the entire market is dumping. Bitcoin dumped below $100,000. Altcoins are an absolute disaster. And many of us thought that with the crypto spot ETFs, we would see some sort of crazy altcoin season, but that's not necessarily the case. Let's go ahead and talk about how ETFs actually work and why we're potentially not seeing any type of pump. As always, I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every single day. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, set alerts. And yes, I'm still incredibly bullish on crypto and Bitcoin long term. Unfortunately, the market cycles are changing and we have to roll with the market because the market doesn't care about your feelings or my feelings. And again, big congratulations to the XRP army because the spot XRP ETF from Canary had one of the most successful ETF launches in history, or at least in 2025. So Canary Capital's spot XRP ETF, XRPC, had the largest day one trading volume so far for an ETF launch in 2025. So it beat Web 2 spot ETF launches, which is absolutely crazy. And again, we knew that there was going to be a lot of demand for XRP from institutions because it is retail's most popular coin outside of Bitcoin. And it beat the staked Solana's spot ETF, I believe it was from Bitwise, at clocking in $59 million in day one trading volume. And it had $245 million in net inflows. That means money's coming in, people are buying. And again, out of 900 spot ETFs, the XRP spot ETF from Canary beat out all these other ones. And yes, Canary also is big on crypto. They launched an HBAR and a Litecoin ETF. And the reason why this is the first true spot ETF is that Rex Osprey uses a subsidiary structure to hold XRP and can also use derivatives and invest in other different investments. And it's also under the 1940s Act, while Canary Capital purely holds XRP. And it's also under 1933 Act. Yeah, I know, confusing. So according to James S., which is a very popular ETF analyst, we use him a lot of sources on the show, went ahead and talked about why the current state of the market is happening, primarily with the success of the XRP spot ETF from Canary Capital. He claims the vast majority of these creations happen in kind, which means that the XRP is already in the trust. So basically, when these launch, the company that is holding the XRP on behalf of the spot ETF buyers has already bought the XRP or bought the particular asset. So number isn't necessarily going to go up. But one thing I will say is we do continue to see a lot of demand, a lot of inflows, and a lot of buying, then that company, aka Canary or Rex Osprey, who is ever issuing it, will continue to buy more of the asset. But it's generally not going to be on the same day, which is why we've talked a lot about on the show is that with these ETFs, they move a lot differently than actually buying and owning the underlying asset. And in crypto, you get to do that. Instead of going through and buying a spot ETF or a futures ETF or whatever type of ETF, you can actually buy it your own and custody your own, which then would directly impact price. So traditional finance works a little bit differently than crypto, as we have seen. So the moral of the story is we might not see a pump right away from this, and some people are even calling for a bear market, all different types of things. But at the end of the day, if there is demand, money will continue to flow in. And again, this could be why the crypto markets are trading a lot differently than we have seen in the past. Anyways, I hope that helps. And either way, you guys should be proud of yourselves.